Oh, here we go. Got to put in 14 million codes to get into all my streaming services.
Right.
Alright. Live on Twitch. Live on YouTube. Let's see. Live on Facebook. Has been submitted for approval in that group. All right. Now we just need CP to come back and maybe Wrath or Wild to get on. We'll start without him either way. All right.
I'm fucking down.
Yeah, you doing something over there. You good?
Oh shit. Yeah. How do I look?
I don't know. I can't see you.
Really?
Well, I don't have it pulled up yet right now.
Okay. Well, damn, Sobs, just don't say anything then. Fine.
Oh man, I wasn't even looking. You look like you were getting sucked into the void there.
I wish, man. That's the dream right there, man. Dude, I wonder if spaghettification. I wonder if that shit would hurt. Do you think it would hurt?
What's that? Say that again?
Spaghettification. Do you think it would hurt?
So, I mean, it could be so instantaneous. Maybe not.
Are we talking about like black hole spaghettification?
Yeah. Are there other spaghettifications that you talk about? I mean, if someone wants to push you through a spaghetti machine, a spaghetti maker machine. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that would fucking hurt.
I think that would be excruciating.
I think it depends on which direction you jump into the wood chipper. Do you go head first or feet first?
You beat me by like 5 seconds, man. Yeah, man. Toes first is definitely not the way to go.
No.
All right, we all ready? Everybody good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And let's see if I can even remember how to do this. It's been, what, 3 weeks? All right. And here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Griffcast episode 129, the Mature Nerdy Podcast for Immature People, the show where we talk about any and all things nerd, video games, comic books, movies, computer technology, and or science. I am your host, King Neckbeard Griffmore. Almost messed it up there in the end. Welcome to the show. We are down a couple of people tonight. I don't know where Wild is. He's not responding, and I think Wrath is taking a nap. So just for tonight, we're just gonna do. Boop.
I'm good with doing.
I just slid his logo off the screen.
Let me see this.
It has been a minute. For those of you who are in the know, and those of you who are not, I got a new position within the company that I work for, and my schedule is a rotating schedule, so things are going to be a little wonky until I get settled in. I got 2 more weeks of training. Next Sunday should be normal time. The following Sunday will probably be late again, as long as everybody else is okay with that. Co-host, not audience. You guys all watch later in the week anyway, so.
Yeah, no, that's no problem.
But besides that, you good? Like, I know it's legal here, man, but
I'm not doing that. I think I got it's either tuberculosis or lung cancer.
yeah,
I don't know. Hopefully, whichever one takes me quicker, please.
one will lead to the other. Try again.
I mean, would tuberculosis lead to lung cancer, or would lung cancer lead to tuberculosis?
I don't know. They both have the same destination.
Nice.
But yeah, get caught up here. So outside of all that, I have played through the expansion for Diablo, and that's where all my free time is. You know, outside of, being a dad and all that other stuff. But
Right.
what about you guys? What you been into?
As far as games go, I picked up that new Dragon Ball Z game, Sparking Zero.
How is
Y'all
that?
ever played the Budokai Tenkaichi games?
The last one I played was on PS2, I think.
Yeah, that was the last time they were on anything. Like all the other games have been just other kind of games since then, which have not really been the same. I think it's a pretty good game. I do think it could be a little better, but I mean, overall, if you like that kind of game, if you ever played those, it's kind of like a blast to the past a little bit, just because of the way the game is played. It feels exactly like Tenkaichi 3, but it's like the next step, I guess.
Yeah, I've been eyeballing that. I did pick up Space Marine, and I played it for as long as I could until the led up to play the new expansion for Diablo. And so I got maybe halfway through the campaign. So I'll probably go back to it in like a week or two, but it was good. I was thoroughly enjoying it. But that's that.
What have I been doing? I don't even know, man.
Oh, it's been a minute.
Playing the Alan Wake Lake House DLC, that was pretty dope. Also, I rented the Quiet Place game, which uses your mic.
Oh God.
Yeah, which uses your mic, like if it detects sound, then like you make sound in the game, and like the aliens can come get you. So that's I haven't gotten too far. Like I kind of pushed it to the side when Alan Wake came out. But that was pretty fucking fun when I was doing it. It's definitely freaky as shit and exciting. And then also,
thank you for the follow, Bay Love. Yeah, I don't know. It like overall, I saw a clip of somebody doing the Aliens game with the mic.
There's an Aliens game with Mike?
I think so.
It's not Isolation, is it?
It might be.
I don't think.
All I know is the guy was like trying to be quiet so he could. Yeah. What? Okay. Yeah. Not much going on. Oh, on HBO there is a show called what's it called now? It's gonna drive me nuts.
What's it about?
It's His Dark Particle or something like that. Let me pull it up. Where is your continue watching? His Dark Materials. There are 3 seasons. They are based on the trilogy, where the first book in the trilogy is The Golden Compass, but it's done, I think, a lot closer to the books, and it's kind of like a kid's show, but it's a little on the darker side.
Is this the one that has the girl that plays X-23 in it?
No.
What's her name? Daphne something? Are you sure?
She might be in like season 3. I'm like halfway through season 2, and so far it's been really good. No, that's not her. That's not her. It does have the girl who...
Actually, yeah, that is her. Yeah, Daphne Keane.
I think we're thinking about 2 different people.
Nope. Daphne Keane plays X-23.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was thinking... I thought you were talking about 11 from Stranger Things. Like, I don't...
It's so easy to get those 2 confused.
100%. Yeah, no, yeah.
One
That's...
has middle claws and one has, weird brain.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, so completely different people. Yada, yada, yada. It's really good. I highly recommend it. It's at least worth, putting on in the background. Besides that, I haven't been doing nothing. Started watching The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy because I found that on there.
Yeah, dude, that was a good show back in the day, man.
It was. Yeah. I think there's like 5 or 6 seasons of it, so.
Really? There's that many seasons of it?
Something like that.
Oh, man, back in the good old days of Cartoon Network.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised that's on Max.
Those were the days.
Like all the Cartoon Network stuff is on Max.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They have an entire channel for like Looney Tunes and like Hanna-Barbera stuff.
Yeah, now that you said Looney Tunes and the Hanna-Barbera, yeah, that makes sense. That's right. Paramount owns Nickelodeon. That's right. That's where I think I was going with it.
Yeah. Also just found out that with my cell phone plan, I might get Paramount Plus for free, so I'm going to have to look into that.
Ooh.
Like, I don't watch a lot of stuff, but, free stuff.
Free stuff.
Can't beat it.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into it. I am going to swap topics 7 and 8. We're going to cover 8 before 7, just to keep things kind of confined together and segue a little bit easier. So we're going to jump in with some random stuff. I didn't really add too much since the notes from last week. Not a lot has happened since then. The whole nerd news stuff has been pretty dry, unless you are in on the Dragon Age drama, but I am not, so...
I haven't paid any attention to any of that.
I know what's going on, but I really don't care.
Yeah, that's basically it. And I'm a Dragon Age fanboy. Like, Dragon Age Origins, I absolutely love, but I'm just going to stay away from this one for a while. All right, anyway, so Star Wars, the Rey movie, quote-unquote Rey movie, episode 10, whatever you want to call it, has been put on hiatus because apparently there was a writer walkout. The rumors around this is that not only did the writers walk out, but just about everybody, and they're down to a skeleton crew trying to make this show. So it's kind of been put on the back burner. Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming or cared. This next one kind of shocked me.
Oh wait, you're moving on? That was quick.
Yeah, well, nobody's talking about it, so.
Well, I figured, okay, man, I was sending a message. Damn it, I'm sorry. I have multiple things. I'm trying to multitask, and it was tough, and I was typing, and I even said
right here.
Ray in the
This is where all the attention needs to be.
All right. So I'm here. So go ahead, say what you go ahead, say what you're gonna say again.
I already said it.
Can you repeat it?
I said, who is surprised that this movie is bombing before it was even made? Yep. So Netflix's AAA studio is closed before they've even released a single freaking game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. How do you get like?
How do you fail that hard? I mean,
Like, all I could see is they saw blood in the water and they're like, I'm just gonna swim the other way.
Maybe it is. Oh, do I really want to say it? Oh, am I gonna say it out loud? Oh, am I gonna say it?
You won't hurt my feelings.
No. I don't know. I think maybe because Netflix, they have been like making a lot of shows that have been sitting at for certain demographic, and I think they've started seeing the pushback. I wouldn't say pushback, but like a lot of terrible it is, negative comments and negative reflections on certain games.
Lack of audience.
Huh?
Lack of audience.
Lack of audience. Okay, that works too. Lack of audience. For trying to hit, certain topics. Yeah. Lack of audience for trying to hit certain topics. So I felt like a lot of their games probably were, going to hit a lot of these unpopular topics and hope to, promote more inclusiveness.
Oh, am I backwards? No, I'm not backwards.
Sucks.
Okay, you are.
It sucks and it's sad.
I am backwards. There you
I
are.
really don't. I don't mind the topics. I really couldn't, care. It doesn't affect me one way or the other until you're trying to pound it, down my throat. I think I've said this before. I got no problem with Christianity, but like when you're knocking on my door, 10 times a day, I'm like, okay, shut the fuck up. Stop it, please. I don't need this.
Like I said, I think they just saw that certain topics were or a lot of games and shows and movies have been bombing recently because of these issues, and
yeah,
they're just like, we don't have anything set up to not be that. So yeah, I could totally see them just being like, yeah,
fuck it. I mean, and this comes back to the Dragon Age topic that you mentioned, but I guess you don't know about. I mean, because as far as I know, it's a pretty decent game. Apparently, everyone that's played it and I guess has gone through certain portions of the game, like, yeah, this is actually a pretty good game. It's actually pretty decent, but it's getting destroyed in reviews. It's getting bombed. It's not high.
My
in
understanding
sales.
is that the gameplay is really good, but the story and the characters are extremely pushed.
Yes, extremely pushed. I've seen only a couple videos of like cutscenes and stuff, and if you're talking about being fucking pushed, those topics were being pushed. I didn't even like it. I was like, how did you guys even sit down and write this dialogue and think that you were not trying to push it that hard?
Yeah.
They were.
What the hell is he doing?
Yeah, I thought the whole attention was supposed to be right here. We're having
I'm talking to Wild.
Right here. You're over here.
I'm talking to
text
Wild.
messages. Yeah, I know you're talking to Wild. He texted me too. I saw it. But see, even so, I was here locked in. Okay. Yeah.
You were talking, and I just zoned you out like I usually do.
Oh, but when I do that, or when I go get another beer, let's just fuck it. Let's move on to the next topic. We got nothing really to say about it. I guess you guys start talking.
Yeah.
Fine.
All right, this next one,
Okay, but like on a serious note, can we actually revisit the Star Wars Rey movie?
Why?
I don't know, because that needed to happen. We all understand that needed to happen.
What, to fail or never be made?
Yeah, I guess I can't say fail. You don't want anybody to fail. You don't want your franchise to fail. I know how much you love Star Wars, and you don't want to see Star Wars fail. But also at the same time, you also understood that movie needed to not happen.
Yes. The last 3 movies needed to not happen in the main story arc. There's been a couple of good ones.
So
But-
they were trying to pass this Rey movie off as a spin-off or as episode 10.
I don't know if they were going to do it as episode 10 or if they were just going to. My understanding was they were just going to do away with the entire Skywalker story. I don't know.
Hold up. Wait a minute. That's not right. What do you mean do away with the whole Skywalker story? You talking about from the very beginning?
Yeah.
You're talking about destroy episode 1?
Like just
And 2?
completely.
And 3?
Just
And
basically
4?
pretend
And
like
5?
they didn't exist.
And 6?
Which,
Pretending
The whole thing, ain't it?
Yeah,
Basically-
pretending
okay.
that
Let's just say
entire
this.
foundation that everything that was built off of to start it.
Okay, let's put it this way. They were intending to do what they've been doing this entire time. It was just pretending that the original trilogy never happened.
Right, yeah.
What are you talking about? Pretending that the original trilogy never happened.
Did you watch the same movies I did?
Wait, no. I actually need you to be specific when you say the original trilogy. Do you mean the original trilogy or do you mean the original sequel trilogy?
I mean the original. The original.
The original. They're trying to say that didn't happen.
No, I mean they're writing their stories in ways that make it appear as if they don't care about the original story.
Tell me you want to fail without telling me you want to fail. All right. So you want to pretend that one of the most influential nerd culture trilogies never existed.
Well, I'm just saying that's how
The
they've been
franchise
writing.
that you're trying to sell to people and build off of their nostalgia in order to sell content. You're
When
trying to say
when Disney bought Star Wars, they bought the license to print money and they set it on fire. Anyway, huh?
It's just why. So I mean, I know that. I didn't know they were going that deep. So, I mean, I had heard rumors or, seen content that they were trying to redo the sequel trilogy, 7, 8, and 9, which I was fully comfortable with.
That's what I mean.
they're like-
I mean, they're. I'm not saying that they have verbally said we are going to ignore this. What I'm saying is they have been ignoring it, including episodes 7, 8, 9.
Then you're talking about episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Yes.
So yeah,
Dude, this is you're tripping on this. It's up here and you're tripping on it. Like, let's go into some legal drama BS. All right.
it's even worse.
The U.S. Copyright Office has blocked the library's attempt for game preservation efforts. They have rejected a proposal to allow libraries to digitize and distribute classic video games. I am on the fence on this because copyright law only goes for 40 years. So that's why you always get like these Disney remakes. That's why you got the Lion King remake and the Aladdin remake and the Beauty and the Beast remake, is because copyright was about to fall off, so they went ahead and remade it so they get to keep their copyright. And
How about that as a factor? It hadn't been 40 years. It hasn't been coming up on 40 years, especially for the Lion King
it's not
remake.
it's
which
not
was
40 years.
94.
It's what is it? What is the copyright law? Is it 40
It
years?
probably is 40 years. I think you're right, but I think they were mostly redoing those movies just because they were trying to, cash in on our nostalgia and do live action.
Which that failed. Actually, Beauty and the Beast wasn't bad. Beauty and the Beast wasn't bad.
Only because I got to see, Emma Watson. Duh.
So, okay. You guys can hear this, but CP just said it was only good because of Emma Watson. My wife is a room over and she goes, if only it wasn't Emma Watson.
It's close.
At the exact same time. Oh, I love this woman. U.S. copyright law is for 70 years. For works created before 1978, the copyright duration rules are more complex and depend on factors. For works created before January 1st, 1964 and December 31st, 1977, the copyright term was extended to 95 years from the original date of publication. For works existing as of January 1st, 1978, the renewal term was extended from 28 to 67 years, making them eligible for a total term production of 95 years. Okay. That changes things. What the hell? This is, I'm trying to figure this out because this is why we have those horror movies like the Winnie the Pooh horror movie, and they're getting ready to do a Pinocchio horror movie because the copyrights have fallen off. But it hasn't been 95 years, has it?
Oh, yeah. Pinocchio, that stuff was like wasn't it like the 1910s, the 1920s? When Pinocchio and Mickey Mouse like first came out? Yeah. I'm going to say 1930s, actually. Was it the 1930s? When was Mickey Mouse first?
When was
Great.
Where is it? And all I'm seeing is like hate articles of like Winnie the Pooh, has Disney ruined the original message of Winnie the Pooh? And
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh.
1926.
1924. You said 26 or 46?
26.
I still didn't hear that. You cut out.
It says first edition, Alan Alexander Milne, 1926, Winnie the Pooh, UK first deluxe edition, first printing published by Methuen. Signed and dated.
The first full length book was in 2026. But he had
1926.
What did I say?
2026.
2026 hasn't happened yet, so why would I say that?
I don't know. No, that's why I corrected you.
Yeah, it says, well, at least what I see is 1924. He had the first poetry book.
My question is how do we end up talking about
Winnie the Pooh book? So the character was introduced in 1924, but the first Winnie the Pooh book was 26. Yeah. And Winnie the Pooh, that horror movie came out in what, like, was it this year or last year?
I think it's been a couple of years. But 95 years from 1926 would have been, what, 2015?
Yeah, but the Winnie the Pooh movie that horror movie didn't come out until like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Oh, Google Foo.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh horror movie, 2023. So that was last year. Wow, time is fucking moving. I thought that thing was...
Yeah. And I get ready to do Pinocchio. That's the thing that's happening. These are words I never thought I'd say.
He's just gonna be there. He's gonna be like talking to like some girl that's like super scared as he backs her into a corner or something. And then he's just gonna be like, I can't tell a lie, right? And then he tells a lie and just has his nose just right through the fucking heart.
That's gonna happen. That's gonna be a thing. Oh. Anyway, we're talking about classic video games here, but I don't know why we're talking about Winnie the Pooh, Pinocchio, but we are. We got a
copyright laws and stuff.
Yeah. But anyway, the U.S. Copyright Office blocked this preservation effort because they said that these companies wouldn't be able to sell these games anymore if they did that.
I don't think I'm tracking what you're trying to say or what they're saying.
what they're saying is that a library, the National Library, wants to be able to publish and lend out like copies of Pong.
Okay.
And they can't because of copyright law and the U.S. copyright, because they want to preserve them, like, they preserve works of art and literature and things like that. Mm-hmm. And the U.S. Copyright Office has said, no, you can't do that when it comes to video games. They do it with movies, they do it with books, they do it with art, they do it with music, but they can't do it with video games.
Yeah, like once you said art, I was like, okay, I understand art, whatever, books, whatever. But now you're talking about the digital media of movies and music. I'm like, yeah, why can't you do games?
The U.S. copyright's basic line of thought is, well, what if Atari wants to sell Pong again?
What if, what if movies want to, studios want to resell movies again? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Just because the library has a preserved copy of The Sound of Music doesn't mean you can't go and buy a freaking Blu-ray of The Sound of Music.
Right. Also doesn't mean that, a publisher wouldn't decide to republish a book and re-release a book.
But you know what? Right? I'm kind of on the side of the libraries in this scenario, because think about it. Say they do everything from 2010 and before. That's going to get people back in freaking libraries. And kids these days need to be in freaking libraries. One way or the other.
I don't think the kids are gonna think that, though, because what's aside from like books and things that are physical, a lot of that stuff you can just access on your phone, and most of them got phones.
True. I have no counter argument for that.
I wish there was a counter argument, because I don't like that that's the case.
Yeah, but I'm a parent. I don't like that that's the case either.
Yeah. Well, but it's also just for obvious reasons. It's like we're more social and yet more antisocial than ever before, and it's just it's a weird thing that's happened with technology today. The
entire information of the entire written word is at your fingertips, but we have more dumb people than ever before.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how that is.
Yeah. I don't know. Like it's one of those things. Like, I want it to be a thing, but at the same time, like I get your point, like on that, but I want it to be a thing. Like, libraries are going to die out at this rate. They already are. Like, libraries are shutting down left and right.
Mm-hmm. They're losing relevance. They have to become relevant in some sort of different way. Like they have to innovate like everything else.
Yeah.
And what that would look like, I have no idea. But all I know is that's what they got to do.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think maybe they should just hold more social events. What kind of social events? I'm not really sure, but anything that could use the space of the library for whatever,
Yeah. Like my local library is only really visited for two reasons. One, you have to walk through it to get to a YMCA, which is the closest gym for like 30 miles. Right. And two, it's the local place to go vote. So, like, I used to live next door to a library, and the only time I walked in there was to vote.
Yeah.
So, which is what I'm doing Tuesday. Go vote, everybody.
Tell me what to do.
I will. I can. I will. Whether you do it or not is up to you.
Fair.
But anyway, moving on. This one kind of shocked me, but it kind of doesn't. Apparently, Blade has been pulled from the release schedule.
Yep. You didn't know they were having a ton of issues. They were going through directors left and right. I think they were, or not really directors left and right. I think
Producers and writers
quit. Yeah, it was mostly the writers.
And then people arguing back and forth if they're going to bring back Wesley or not.
Well, they had already cast Mahershala.
Yeah.
So they already cast Mahershala. He had issues with the script. They were rewriting the script. Everyone had issues with the script, so they kept rewriting the script. I think a couple of the directors had come and gone. I want to say they went through like two directors. So that's as much as I know, I think. But yeah, they eventually pulled it. I think it was probably something they had been planning for a long time. I knew the Blade movie was in trouble. I knew it was in a whole lot of trouble. And I also I don't think Mahershala had officially quit yet, but I think he was like, this is probably not going to happen. It's probably not going to happen. And then when you watch Deadpool and Wolverine, and Wesley says what he fucking says, I was just like, that kind of confirmed it for me, man. Because they know they're going to fuck with you in that way. Ryan Reynolds is definitely going to fuck with you in that way. I'm surprised Kevin Feige even let that slip out, let that even fucking happen. Because, there's definitely some context. They would not let him just say that and not have some context to it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, something so difficult behind the scenes there. Something's going on behind the scenes there. English is just not my forte. Also, I've put in 14 hours at work, and I'm good. So everybody knew that there were plans to do a God of War live action show, and apparently it's been ripped back to the drawing board because all the showrunners and producers have left.
Also in the same boat, which is actually really good. It's actually kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. It's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. But they were, what they were doing. They were planning on doing God of War 4 as season 1, and I don't know why you would do that. That just drives me nuts.
No, because that means we're going to have half a season of flashbacks every season.
No, I don't want any flashbacks, man. Just start with fucking God of War 1.
No, you got to start with the PSP game. That's his origin story.
Which one is that?
That's the one where he gets the Blades of Chaos originally.
With his brother Demos?
Yeah.
Which is it? Ascension?
Is that it? I never played the PSP game.
I was
never
one of the games. I think I did play that one.
But it's the one where you find out why he's so pale.
You find out why he's so pale in the first game.
You do. But they actually go through it, don't they? In that one, with his brother too, and
they probably do, yeah.
And his deal with Ares and all that.
Yeah.
But also, let's be honest, you couldn't really get a full season out of that first game.
Of God of War 1?
Yeah. I mean, if you do an 8 episodes, maybe. But if you try to do a full 20 episodes.
Oh, full 20 episodes, that's not happening. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. But 8 episodes at an hour apiece, I mean, if it's mostly action.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's all you're doing in that game. I don't know. There's quite. That game was pretty long. There's quite a lot of bit that goes on during that game.
There was.
I think you can.
There was forced pacing with the puzzles.
Huh?
There was forced pacing with the puzzles. If those puzzles weren't there, the game would be half as long.
Well, you can say that about any game. Most games have puzzles.
That one was pretty solid in that.
What was it? The Labyrinth? Was it Labyrinth in 1 or 2?
Oh, I don't even remember.
The Labyrinth took me fucking forever the first time I played it. God, that was terrible.
But like, I kind of also see the thought process behind starting with 4. I don't agree with it, but because like by the end of season 2, he's fighting a Titan, and to go from fighting a Titan to fighting
nothing.
Yeah, what's his name? Is going to seem like a huge step back. Yeah, Baldur. That's it.
Dude, I remember like he was fighting fucking mountains. You're right. He was fighting Titans. He was fighting fucking these huge monsters, and like I'm playing through like God of War 4, and like sometimes like he's like, oh, that ledge is too high for me to jump up to. I can't get there. We had to find another way around. I was just like, I mean, I get it for the game purpose, but also at the same time, do you know who this fucking man is? Do you know who he is? What nasty shit he's done? He could, he lifts with his leg. He can lift these, God, he flipped. Yeah, when he flipped the fucking temple, I was like, I hope he didn't use his back for that, because his back would be fucked up. So he probably used his legs. And if his legs are that fucking strong, he could probably jump more than 10 feet.
Yeah. But we don't talk about that.
I think that's kind of funny. That's actually really funny that, video games will do stuff like that. It's just like, he can flip this entire temple that's made out of gold, which probably weighs tens of millions of tons.
But that 20-foot ledge is way too high. Yeah, when they're like, we need to get to the top of that mountain. I'm like, oh, okay, so we're just gonna like Hulk leap this? Or is that what we're doing? No, we're gonna walk the whole way.
But to be fair, they did explain it a little bit. When he left Greece, Greece died a lot because he destroyed the Pantheon, he destroyed Mount Olympus, he destroyed a lot. So a lot of the magic in the realm died with his destruction. So he also became less powerful. So
did they explain that?
Huh?
Did they explain that?
Yeah, they explained that in the games.
I want to go back to them.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, Mimir asked him. He's just like, "Hey, can you still, do some of the magic that you had from the old lands?" He's like, "No, it's as the land died, the power died with it, so I'm not as powerful anymore." They definitely did explain it. I kind of feel like they did it more in Ragnarok. They probably did it in Ragnarok.
Yeah. Probably because Mimir was a massive character in Ragnarok.
He was a massive character in.
He was
in 4 too.
Let's just say in the entire God of War franchise, Mimir is probably my favorite character.
He is definitely my favorite character. I would sit in the boat for hours. I can't say hours, but I would definitely sit in the boat just to let him finish his. Yeah. Dude, the way that he was able to deliver lore in that game was so fun.
Yeah, there was a lot of times it's like, oh, I'm approaching my destination. I am going to stop because Mimir is talking.
I don't want to get out of the boat. I want to listen. I want to hear him speak.
Mm-hmm. So this next one is going to be massive legal issues for Crunchyroll. If this happened within, it did actually happen within America. Now that I think about it. So Crunchyroll, there's an American voice actor. I didn't write down his name because I didn't want anything to lead back to him, but he has. That's weird. He has found out that all of the fan mail and all of the gifts that fans have sent him, he has not received for 3 years because Crunchyroll would take it, open it, and distribute it among their employees. So he has received no mail from fans at all for 3 years, and he is not happy.
Like, you can't destroy someone's mailbox because that's like federal law. You can't go in their mailbox and like take their mail. That's like fucking with federal law. So
there's 2 things you don't do in America. You don't fuck with our boats, and you don't fuck with our mail.
Did you say boats?
Yes.
With a B?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. You don't fuck with our boats.
and you don't fuck with our mail system. That's two things you do not do in this country. And Crunchyroll has done number 2. That is going to be... I'm going to try and find more information on it, because that is going to be bad news bears for them as a whole.
I'm just laughing because you're right, man. You don't fuck with our boats. Because the 2 times that people have fucked with our boats, we ended both those world wars very quickly.
Very quickly.
Don't fuck with our boats.
Yeah, and there's a couple of times where we destroyed entire navies because somebody took a pot shot.
Don't fuck with our boats.
Anyway, in other news, 2 things that I'm extremely hyped for are happening. Detective Pikachu 2 is happening.
It's pretty dope. I mean, I'm curious what the story would be, but I also really don't care. Let's go ahead and do it.
The first one had no right to be that good.
Right? It was such a sleeper hit, man. I mean, I think people thought it was going to be good because it was a Pikachu movie, or Pokemon movie, and then just like, oh, dude, it was good. Oh, and the plot twist. I mean, I really can't say that the plot twist was going to be that strong. You kind of suspected it. You kind of saw it coming, but it was still done in such a way that you kind of had forgot about it when it kind of happened. And I was like,
yeah. But like, if I need something to be on for background noise, Detective Pikachu.
how can they do Detective Pikachu 2 movie? They can't do it. They can't do it.
What do you mean?
Because Pikachu turned back into his dad. Are they going to turn his dad back into Pikachu? Or what are we? Sorry, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen the movie.
It's been 3 years. It's okay.
3 years, man. Wait, has it only been 3 years? I thought the movie came out like 6 years ago.
I don't know. Google, correct me.
Oh, yep, I was close. It was 2019, so it was 5 years ago.
We'll split the difference. I said 3, you said 6. It's right there in the middle.
Fine.
Really, it only has a 6.5 on IMDb?
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Who cares about reviewers?
Just like Rotten Tomatoes, and there's been other media critics that have been, given high scores to games.
Yeah. I mean,
they gave Concord a pretty high score, and that game died within a week.
True. I think it was dead long before that.
They gave the Joker 2 a very high score, and that movie came to digital release within 2 weeks. So you can't trust every
Yeah, no, just we don't. Yeah, there's a lot of things I disagree with. It's actually got 79% on Rotten Tomatoes. But anyway, no, that movie was a lot better than it deserved to be. But I don't know how they would do it too. Maybe it'd just be Ryan Reynolds running around talking to a Pikachu for an hour and a half. Which, I'd watch. And then there's going to be a sequel or a follow-up movie to Godzilla's
-1.
Yeah, -1.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
No spoilers, I still haven't seen -1.
I haven't either.
No, you haven't. I heard so many good things about it.
It's on Netflix. Like, it is on my to-watch list. Yeah.
Is it really?
It is.
What?
100%. It is on Netflix. But that's one of those movies that, I haven't... When I want to... There's certain movies that when I sit down, I want to sit there and watch them in their entirety. And I haven't made time to sit down and watch something in its entirety. Like, I had to put stuff on for background noise. And the funny part is one of the most common movies for me is Detective Pikachu.
Really?
Yeah. I will put that on in the background just so I can have like background noise. And it's also something that my daughter can watch if she walks in. So she likes that movie too. And that's a lot better than Frozen.
I don't know, man. Let It Go is actually like a really good fucking song. You cannot tell me that the singer, she did not work her ass off for that fucking song. You can't tell me she didn't work her ass off for that song. She did an amazing job, and it's a good song. And it's fun. I understand that if you hear it too many times, it might be a little annoying. But
I have a daughter.
I think it's a great song. Is it daughter?
Yeah.
Your daughter sung the song?
No, I'm saying how many times I've heard that song.
And your answer was daughter? That makes no sense. I don't understand.
No, I'm saying you said if you have heard it 100 million times, and I replied with I have a daughter. You're not following a lot of conversations tonight. You know that?
No, it doesn't make sense. You said 100 million times.
No, you said 100 million times. If you've heard it 100 million times, I can see you not liking that song.
How long is that song? It's 3 minutes, right?
It's longer than it needs to be.
Is it 3.5 minutes? We'll say 3.5 minutes.
Every
3.5 minutes, 100 million times. What did you say? 1.5 million times? 100 million times? That's too long, man. That's so many minutes. But you haven't been alive for that long, so you haven't heard it that many times. So how would you know if it's that bad?
Thank you, everybody, for coming to watch it. We'll see you next week. Oh, I can't find the button. Where's the button? Found the button. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming to watch it. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.